Welcome to AI Brief. Today, we're doing a deep dive into some really interesting shifts happening right now in AI.
That's right. We've got updates on that big OpenAI and Microsoft relationship, how AI is being used in perhaps unexpected places like oil and gas.
And even in gaming, like Candy Crush, believe it or not. Plus some other cool science news and some AI tools you might want to check out.
Okay, so let's start with OpenAI and Microsoft. Their massive partnership seems to be getting a bit of a rework.
Yeah, the word is it's partly to pave the way for a potential OpenAI IPO.
Exactly. And a huge part of this is figuring out Microsoft's equity stake, considering they've poured in, over $13 billion. dollars.
That's a staggering number. And what's fascinating is that Microsoft might actually be willing to reduce some of that equity
In exchange for what, though?
for guaranteed long-term access to OpenAI's tech. We're talking beyond 2030. So securing that pipeline of innovation.
Ah, okay. So it's a strategic play. They're also apparently revisiting terms going way back to the first billion they put in back in 2019.
And it looks like OpenAI might end up giving Microsoft a smaller slice of its revenue going forward under this new deal.
It's complex. You also have to remember Microsoft recently tweaked another deal with OpenAI after that big venture with Oracle and SoftBank.
The one for the AI data centers, right?
Yeah, the up to $500 billion project.
Yeah.
So it feels like they're trying to balance OpenAI's public market goals with their own need for that cutting-edge AI.
Definitely a partnership to watch. The outcome could really shape things.
For sure. Now, shifting over to heavy industry, Imperial Oil.
Right, in the Alberta oil sands. They're really leaning into advanced tech. We're talking generative AI, autonomous vehicles, even robotics.
And it's not just experimental. They're saying these technologies have already added something like $700 million to their bottom line.
Wow. And they're projecting that to hit $1.2 billion by 2027.
That's the projection. I mean, these are real-world applications making a financial impact.
Like the self-driving haul trucks at their Kearl mine, that must boost efficiency and probably safety, too.
Definitely. And then you have those Boston Dynamics spot robots, the dog-like ones.
Doing inspections.
Exactly. At their Cold Lake site. Apparently handling up to 70% of the routine operator rounds.
So that frees up the human operators for, more complex tasks.
Precisely. Plus, they're using generative AI for real-time operational data analysis, making quicker decisions.
And AI drones for maintenance, AI sensors, optimizing pump jacks. It's quite the digital transformation for the energy sector.
It really is. It shows how broad the applications for AI are becoming.
Okay, so from oil sands to mobile gaming, Candy Crush saga.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing. King, the developer, uses AI pretty heavily to manage level design and keep players engaged.
Across how many levels now? It's something crazy.
Over 18,700 levels. It's mind-boggling.
So how does AI help with that scale?
Well, it assists in generating and, crucially, updating the game boards. This lets them tweak thousands of levels every week.
Thousands, compared to maybe hundreds manually.
That's the idea. It's about refining the experience constantly. The AI looks at things like pass rates, how often people reshuffle.
To fine-tune the difficulty and, well, the fun factor.
Exactly. But they stress that human designers are still very much in control of the creative side, ensuring quality.
Makes sense. And it's not just levels, right? AI is involved elsewhere.
Yeah, personalization, performance marketing, like suggesting boosters or figuring out ad value. It's baked into maintaining the game's success.
Interesting stuff. Okay, let's quickly hit some other science and tech headlines.
Sure, there's this Polish company, Volonaut, that made a sort of Star Wars-style air bike.
An air bike, like a hover bike.
Pretty much, the Sky Cruiser. It's 124 mile per hour, super light thanks to carbon fiber and 3D printing, offers a 360-degree view.
It sounds wild. Then there's the atomic clock news.
Oh, right, using cesium. They've made one that's incredibly precise. So precise that if it started ticking with the dinosaurs.
It would be off by less than a second today.
Less than a second over 100 million years. It's just amazing accuracy. Could be a new global standard.
Incredible. And in biology, AI designing synthetic DNA.
Yeah, researchers managed to use AI-designed DNA to control genes in healthy mammalian cells. A first.
They're calling it writing software for biology. That sounds like it could lead to super targeted treatments.
That's the hope. More effective, fewer side effects, potentially.
And lastly, a mechanical invisibility cloak. Not for people, though.
No, not like Harry Potter. It's for tiny gaps in structural materials. Instead of patching, they use microstructures to reroute pressure around the weak spot.
So making things like planes or bridges potentially safer.
Could be a significant improvement for reliability.
Okay, before we finish, let's quickly mention some trending AI tools people might find useful.
All right, there's Dash, an AI agent aiming to run whole workflows. Ithi AI, which combines multiple AIs for tough questions.
Listen Labs for quick consumer insights. Ravenna, an AI help desk for Slack, focused on internal IT support.
Chromox, that turns ideas into visual stories. Taskade AI, which is like 5 AI productivity tools in one platform for teams.
And finally, Regi AI, using generative AI to help automate sales tasks like outreach and prospecting.
Lots of tools popping up constantly.
Definitely. Well, that brings us to the end of this deep dive into the latest in AI and science. We hope you found these updates valuable.
Yeah, lots of interesting developments across the board.
If you enjoyed this exploration, please do follow and share AI Brief. That way you won't miss our future updates. Thanks for listening.